Hey, what is up, guys? Skull Ripper here, bringing you another IRL vlog. This is work day 2. This is my other post. So yeah, I thought I'd show you around this post. This post is a little bit more crazy. Definitely opposite from the one you saw, the Walmart one. That one was very boring and nothing happens. This one is total opposite. I'm always doing something and crazy shit happens. Hopefully nothing crazy will happen today, but yeah. Right now, I just showed up to work. It's 5 o'clock p.m. right now. I work from 5 to 1 in the morning. Kind of bullshit hours, but whatever. And I'm in the office right now, so yeah. Kind of not much of an office, but yep, this is my office here. And basically not much of an office, more like a storage area. But this is where I come in and get my papers. I can chill, have lunch. You know, there's a refrigerator and a microwave there for lunch. I never use it, but maybe the microwave to put my drinks in there. But yeah, this one's pretty crazy. This is a community, a homeowners association. This one's a bit more active and very, very huge to navigate. And when I first started here, they told me about this position. They wanted someone who had experience in dealing with people and dealing with crazy stuff. And you know, they looked at my resume and they saw that I had experience on that stuff, because the last post I worked at, I dealt with a lot of crazy stuff. So they wanted someone with experience. They went through 58 officers at this post, and all 58 couldn't handle this place. Some of them quit in the first 15 minutes of working here. Some quit in a week, just because some of them just couldn't handle the crazy stuff that happens here. Also because they would get lost. It's a big community. I'm driving a go-kart, and you have to go through like all these little alleyways and stuff like that. It can be very, very confusing. Let me just show you an example of the map that they gave me. And when they gave this to me, and some of the officers only got 4 hours of training at this place. I got a full 8 hours. But at this site, you need at least 4 training days to get this sucker down. But they only gave me 8. But yeah. So here's the map of the area. Okay. So we are, I'm gonna say we, because you're with me today. So basically at this community, there's a big park. There's 2 big parks, and then there's 5 rec centers. Rec 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And at the rec centers are pools. Basically it's a community pool, and you need a key card to get in these pools, which are these things right here. These things right here. And you go in and you slide your card, or it beeps and it lets you in and all that. So here is, let me just show you, try to get an angle here. So here's Rec Center 2, which we are at. Rec Center 2 is right there. And if it'll focus in, but that is Rec Center 2. And then I go on my go-kart, and here's a central park right here. So basically it's one big circle in the middle, and I drive through all of this stuff here. So here's Rec Center 2, and then I have to drive all the way to Rec Center 5, and I go to these different pools to make sure everyone's following instructions and all that. Check the tennis courts, the basketball courts are the yellow triangles, the basketball courts, and then also the blue dots are the tot lots, which is like the playgrounds for kids. I have to check those too. So it is a very, very huge community, and I can see how a lot of people would get lost. But me, what I did is I just looked up Google Plus at the site, not Google Plus, Google Maps, sorry, and then I just went in 3D mode, and I would look of all the pathways I would go through, and I memorized it. I would look at that sucker for about 4 hours, and then I would just make my routine. And the first day I got a little bit lost, the first 2 days, but then I got it. I know what to do now. I don't really need a map. I was always looking at this when I first started. But usually when I first start, I pick up my equipment. This one, you get your key card here. You get your key card, cell phone, basically the same thing from the Walmart one. This is to call PD, supervisor, which I already called supervisor. Right now it's 5:11, and I started at 5. And then we get these tocos. What I have to do is, like, there's these little metal things all around everywhere, and I have to put it under the metal thing. This reads it, boom, and it makes a loud beep. And that basically tells headquarters where I'm at and if I'm doing my job. Basically, if I'm sleeping on my job, they'll know I'm not there at that position, and then I'll mark it down on my daily activity report. So basically I do that. I pick up my equipment, and then basically for the first 10-15 minutes I'm in here just checking the cameras. Now each of the rec centers have cameras. Now I am at Rec 2, which is that one. Sorry, it's a little weird to see, but I'm at this one, and I could see who is coming in, and basically what I could do, whoops. Now there's not many people at this rec center right now, but here I can click and it'll show a big view of the gate, and I'm just right to the right over here in this office here. And I can see the pools. See, I can see that there's a couple people here. I just saw them come in. And basically what I'm looking for is just to see everything's good, everyone's following the rules, no one's killing each other in there. That's the spa. Each rec center has a spa. And so I can check each one of these. So Rec 2, and then the next one I'm going to Rec 5, which is this one over here. And here is like the cameras for the tot lots. So you can see that there's people there. There's people moving. And that's in Central Park, which is a huge park. There's another one. It doesn't look like anyone's at that rec. It might be closed. I know at least one of them's closed because they're definitely getting ready for summertime. And so yeah, they hired me because they needed someone that could handle themselves. Yeah, like I said, they went through 58 officers. Most of the time they would hire kids right out of high school that are 18. But as soon as I came on, they were like, cool, we have an experienced person and he doesn't look like an 18-year-old. I'm a little bit more intimidating, they said. So that was a plus for them, and I know how to fill out my reports. So yeah, so let me go see if I can take you into the pool real quick. There's like 3 people in there, but let's see if I can. So basically I have to check these to make sure everything is okay. Looks like everything's good. Let's get out of here. Okay, so you can see there's no one really at the pools right now, which is very odd. Usually on a Saturday this place is very packed. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. Yeah, maybe a lot of people think the recs are closed, but yeah. So as you can see, I tocoed in. Usually I look at the time of when I toco in because I have to write it down. Totally forgot to look at my time, but it doesn't matter. And then basically for about another 5 minutes, I'll look at these cameras, see if everything's cool, and then get on. Then I'll get on to patrolling the streets, which I'll show you my go-kart. Yeah, it's not a vehicle, but whatever. It's fun to drive. I like driving it, so I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm taking out my golf cart. This is a little garage by the office, and basically just a storage shed and crap. But yeah, this is my golf cart. Small little thing, fun to ride. So yeah, let me back this thing out. Alrighty, so we got that thing out now. Alright, so now I just have to check if there's any dents or anything like that. Make sure if it's okay on gas. So I'll open that sucker up. Looks like we got 1/4 of a tank. Alright. This looks all good. Let's go for a ride, shall we? Alright, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, because it's very hard to drive this thing with one hand. It just has no power steering. You really got to turn it to really get it going. So let's see how this goes. Here we go. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to Rec 5. Alright, so I just came out of the rec center, and pretty clear. There's only a couple people in there. I'm very surprised that there's no one else in there. Yeah, very surprised there's no one else in there. Usually this place is pretty packed, but it's not packed today, and it's a Saturday. So usually this one starts the most trouble, is this wreck right here, because it's kind of in the sort of in the middle. You would think the other one would be more crowded because that one's directly in the middle almost, but this one seems to get a lot of crowds, a lot of teenagers. But yeah, this is basically what I do. I just sit here for about 5 to 10 minutes and just wait, and that's what I do all day, is just go to each wreck. I go in there, and I forgot to mention this, I go in there and I have to approach the people and ask them for their pool card, and I have to make sure they have their pool card. It has to have their picture on it, and also make sure that there's no, minors in there, teenagers under 18. If there's teenagers under 18 in there, they have to have a pool card with a red dot on it, and if they don't have that, I have to kick them out. So yeah, some teenagers, will have their mom or dad's cards. That's not allowed, but still I kind of let it fly, depending on, like I said in the Walmart video, it all depends on their attitude. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's a little windy out here, but it all depends on their attitude, really. If they're idiots, stoners, or they're giving me attitude right from the beginning, I'll kick them out. But if it's just like teenagers that are nice, that just want to swim in the pool, I'll let it go, But I'll probably show you around a little bit. I wanted to show you Central Park, but there's a lot of people there, and I don't want people looking at me weird with a camera in hand, So I'll be back. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to go check one of the tot lots, and what I have to do is go through an alleyway. There there's the top lot, but I have to go around and come through the back area. I'll show you. This is the alleyway is what I'm talking about. Now basically what I have to do is check the tot lot and see if it's cool. Well, it seems pretty good right now. That slide right there with the caution tape, I put that up because the slide is cracked. People keep on messing with the tape, so I have to redo it, but that seems fine right there. I guess they get the message. Sometimes they'll be for graffiti on the trash cans, and I have to mark that down, and they repaint it right away. And also I have to check these things, these lights, because they'll go out, and I have to put caution tape around that. So yeah, let's head on out. Probably gonna need 2 hands to do this, so hold on. Sometimes I'll need 2 hands to do something, so that one was fine. I just hope I don't lose my camera in the process, you know? See what I mean? How you can get really lost real quick. I did one time and it was scary. I didn't know how to get back, but now I know where I'm going. But I can see why people quit, because they can't find their way. And now we're coming to Rec 5. Alright, this is Rec 5, and this is what I'm talking about by the Toco thing. These little metal things right here, I have to click those and then mark them down on my my sheet. Now this wreck is pretty empty right now. No one here. Just kind of check around, see everything's good. Now last week, a bunch of teenagers at night threw all the lounge chairs into the pool, and I had to get them out. That was pretty crazy. And I can already tell you right now, there's a strong smell of weed. Probably coming from one of those houses. There's a couple kids playing basketball, but I know them, they don't do that. But yeah, it's potent shit, holy crap. So now I'm exiting and then just gonna wait 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm gonna be going back through Central Park to get to Memorial Park. So yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna show you what Central Park looks like. Basically what I'm doing here is checking the basketball courts. Checking the basketball courts to see if like there's any graffiti on them or anything like that. It looked all clear to me. So and then I checked these tot lots here, which I just passed by. Yeah. Nice day out. I actually had to pick up my jacket. It's actually getting kind of cold out. And riding in this thing, you know, things all down and total breeze, it gets kind of cold, especially at night, man. Oh my god. Wish I had a scarf, but I don't. Now this slide's broken too, where the tape is. It's also cracked. But I noticed a bike there. I don't know whose bike that is. But hopefully a kid will pick it up or something. And one thing I wanted to mention is the benches over there. That bench right there in particular. There's always about 8 to 10 teenagers that like to hang out there at night. And they always cause trouble there. They're all drinking, drugs, all that. Yeah, they do a lot of drugs. Had a lot of complaints of that bench right there. They always just like to chill there. And I guarantee you, at late at night, I'll record at 10 o'clock. These parks and the alleyways I go through, they all close. So no one can walk through here. So yeah, you would think this would be a nice community by the way it looks. You know, it is nice, and you would think it would be a pretty cool place to go live. But the thing is this community is just going downhill. Tennis courts right there. Yeah, you would think it would be nice. Had to move because there was people going through, but you would think it would be a nice community, right? You know, it looks nice. It has pools, 5 pools and all that. But the thing is, this community has a big problem with drugs. A lot of drugs. I mean, we're not talking, you know, marijuana or anything like that, any of that little stuff. Sorry about that. Had to cut off people going through. But yeah, like I said, you would think it would be a nice community to live in, and you know, it's very deceiving. I thought like, wow, you know, when I first came on, these security guards are like, be careful here. We get a lot of trouble here and all that, and I didn't believe it at first. I thought they were just being wussies about it, but they're not. It's very deceiving. Like I said, a lot of drugs, not like marijuana stuff. Yeah, you get that, but this whole community is really into the hardcore stuff, you know, heroin, speed, cocaine. My first day on the job, training day with the officer, you know, we'd go into the pools and we'd find drugs there, burnt spoons, you know, straws for snorting heroin and cocaine or whatever, and needles, absolutely crazy. I didn't believe it at first. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then at night, the freaks come out, especially in these parks and all that. And that's when it gets a little bit freaky. You get the, am I recording? Am I recording? Yes, I am. You get some schizophrenics here. I mentioned this in my Outlast Let's Play. The first day I was here, the first day I was on the job, training day, I was at one of the pools. We're going to go to it right now. It was late at night, we were closing up the pools, and there was a schizophrenic out in the front, you know, and he was just talking to himself. And like I said in the Outlast episode, like he looked like Smeagol. Creepy. And, you know, he's talking to himself like he's talking like to a demon or something like that. He keeps on saying demons and shit like that. He was talking to himself, doing weird things with his hands. And yeah, and we saw him sitting there, and then we told him, you know, hey, you have to leave, we're closing up. He didn't say a word to us, you know. And then we're in the pool checking it, blah blah blah, and we come out, you know, and we just pass him, and boom, he straight out attacks us. Yeah, we got attacked by a schizophrenic. He both kind of like, he tried to punch us, but you know, he like hit both of us kind of like, it wasn't anything too crazy, you know. He just hit us in the back, but we took him down, and then we had to call PD. We took him in, and the security guard kind of knew him. He's been here for about a year, and he's seen him go from like to a really big guy to like a super skinny guy, you know. So a lot of schizophrenics, a lot of problem with drugs here. And at daytime it's, you know, nice, it's cool, but when the sun goes down, that's when it gets pretty serious. That's when I'm very alert. I really have to be careful with things. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go to the Memorial Park. Looks nice during the day. At night it's totally fucking freaky. So yeah, just wanted to add that. Let's go. Here's Memorial Park. Now again, the park seems to be empty. Crazy. Everything is pretty much empty today. Usually there's a lot of people here, kids playing and all that. So yeah, basically I come here, I patrol this just 2 times a day right now, and then at night. Like I said, it's beautiful during the day, you know, nice open field, you know, and then I just go around and I just check if everything's good. Like the lights, they call them buckered lights, those kind of like curved ones. They look like dildo lights to me, but whatever. I just make sure those are good, and then I have to go around and make sure the trees are good. Make sure like none of them are like almost gonna crack and fall. One thing that's crazy here is a lot of trees fall. I never believed it, but I almost died one day. I was just in one of those alleyways. Totally fucking freaked me out. I was one of those alleyways, and I just heard a loud snap. Thought I got shot. And it was a tree, and it landed. I was just going through, and it landed right behind my go-kart. If I would have showed up there about 5 seconds earlier, that thing would have knocked me out. I'm not sure if you saw in the park there, they have like the stack of logs there, but that's because one of the trees fell over and they just cut it up in pieces. But yeah, I guess it happens a lot out here. It was nuts. I've never seen a tree fall or heard it fall, you know. Loud snap, so I almost died. Not only am I dodging schizophrenics and teenagers, but I'm also dodging trees. But yeah, and then I just go out in the middle over there. I'll record that. But yeah, I'm just gonna write down on my log that I'm here. So I'll be back. Alright, I'm at Rec 1 right now. So, yeah, I'm going to go in there and check it out. Hopefully there's no one here, so that way I can bring you along with me. Let's do it. Sounds like there's people in there.
Hey ladies, you wouldn't happen to have seen a dog wander around, have you? No?
What kind of dog is it?
It's a brown pit bull.
Oh,
No.
great.
Okay.
I'm afraid of dogs, so
Oh, really?
yes.
You get attacked?
Yes, a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
See, the first time it was our neighbors not neighbors, but across the street. I knocked on their door. It was like 5, and they opened the door, and their dog just like lunged out at me and got me like right in the face.
Oh, man.
And then the next time I was at my uncle's house, and I was petting his dog, and she just had puppies, and she was a Doberman, and she got me on the shoulder. And then the next time was the neighborhood we lived in, where I was walking on the street, and this like random dog came up and just like chomped at my legs. And then another time,
Wow.
walking in the same neighborhood, another random dog got off its chain and got me on the other leg.
Wow, you just have bad luck with dogs.
Yeah, I don't like dogs.
Yeah, I've only been bit once, and he bit me on the face.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a scar
scary.
here, but
My nephew got, he was walking with his dad. They lived in, where was it, Idaho at the time?
I think so, yeah.
They were walking down the street to the neighbor's house, and the neighbor he was just walking around the yard with his
Well,
neighbor.
the night before, this dog, I can't remember what kind, it got beat, like, really bad with a baseball bat or something. Because, like, someone, I don't really know the whole story, but my cousin
Out in the middle of nowhere, so who
Yeah.
knows. But he was walking out there with his son,
And he was, like, 3, his son.
the dog just got him, ripped his tear duct out. I mean, he's like completely scarred on his face.
Yeah,
The dog.
they
It's really
they
bad.
didn't think he had an eyeball when they brought him into the emergency room. They were like, they didn't know if he still had his eye because it was so swollen and shut.
oh yeah.
He's got stents now inside his eye duct, and
He's had to have like crazy surgeries and stuff
They're
like that.
bad.
3 years old?
3.
And that
Scary.
night when he was in the emergency room, when he went in, his mom went into labor with her second kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that horrible or what?
Jeez.
Could you imagine? Yeah. So stray dogs kind of scare me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I heard this one is pretty friendly.
That's what
That's what they say.
always say.
Yeah. I guess it has a bad hip, and he's just trying to look for it, but
Is it somewhere close to this area?
yeah, he said he got off the leash at the park area over there by the tot lots, the playground.
No.
and then he thought I came over here.
Usually they try to go home.
Yeah, so it's been a couple hours, so.
Oh no.
Yep.
We'll keep an eye out for him.
Alright.
We were not going to try to catch him or anything.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you.
We'll call this.
I'm not going to try to catch it either. I'll just say, hey, found it over at this area. Go for it.
Bummer.
Alright.
Alright.
Sorry, thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
Yep.
Alright, so now what I'm doing is just checking the tennis courts just to see if they, you know, everything's good. Make sure none of these are broken. Just making sure all the cables work. Like this door here shouldn't be open. Have to check the lights. Kind of afraid of these lights here because alright, so they turn on, all good. One time on the other side, that's why I didn't check the other lights, but I got shocked really bad. It's not like your little typical you know, your wall lights, you know, say if you touch the metal. No, this shit hurt. So alright, so yeah, I got a call before this about a lost dog. That's what you saw me talking to those girls about. So I actually recorded with my cell phone. I didn't want to bring this in with you, but yeah. Alright, just got out of wreck 1. Now time to go to the last wreck 3. So let's do it. Beautiful day. The other thing I also have to check is these lights too. Alright, so just got done checking wreck 3. There was 4 teenagers in there. Checked their pool cards. They didn't have any cards, so I had to kick them out. So yeah. But they complied, so it was pretty good. So yeah, I'm pretty much using my cell phone to kind of record inside because this thing's a little clunky and it looks weird me holding it. They'll be like, what the hell are you doing? But it's definitely windy out here a little bit. A lot of clouds coming in. I'm not sure if it's going to rain or not, but yeah, I had to kick them out. But they were cool about it though. That is the last wreck I go. Now I go back to wreck 2 and then I do it all over again. Go to wreck 2, check the cameras, and then go back through all the wrecks again. I'll probably record in a little bit when it gets nighttime, probably when I'm about to shut down the wrecks, maybe. So I'll keep this handy just in case something goes down. But yeah, until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this going around. But yeah, that's what I do. I'll be back. So I'm at Rec 2 now, so just gonna check this out. One thing I gotta say, man, this sky looks amazing. Look at all the rules they got. And we are back at Rec 2. That is pretty much it. I want to record at night just so you can see what I go through at night. But little different uniform that I wear at Walmart. Usually I'm wearing the white dress shirt, but this one's kind of a casual. I have like a red shirt with the logo and just regular cargo pants. So let's check the bathroom. All clear. So I'll record later. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I already got through Rec 2, 4, and 5. Now I'm on my way to Rec 3. But instead of going through the Memorial Park like I did last time, I'm going to go through the alleyway that's in the back of it. So let's do it. Right now I'm in Central Park. And I gotta say, it's getting cold. And this is the fastest it can go, this little go-kart. So if you're thinking like I'm not going full power, this is full power. And that's the back way, and then I just make a U-turn going through that alley, and yeah. All right, I just made another round right now. It is 9:45 right now, and in about 15 minutes I'm gonna have to go back around and close the pools because they close at 10. So basically I'm gonna lock this one up right now, and then go to Rec 4 because that's the one that's most crowded. And I can see it's a little crowded right now in the spa on the cameras. Let's see if you can see that. Won't focus in, but people at the spa, just take my word for it. And yeah, so basically I have to close all the pools at 10 o'clock. They close. So technically there's no one should be there. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit tired. Almost done though, halfway. Yeah, so pretty much I have to lock them up, lock the gates, and pretty much I have to scurry to each rec, make sure they're closed. Sometimes you'll have people coming at the last minute trying to get in there and trying to take advantage of you being late. So there most likely will be people at the recs when I close them. Just have to kick them out, and at 11 o'clock I guess their cards to get in stop working. So usually takes me about 30 to 40 minutes to close all the recs just to get there real quick. Get there, check it real quick, check the bathrooms, boom, go. Usually takes about 30-40 minutes, and then that's when I'll go to lunch. Half an hour lunch then. Usually it's about 11:30 I'll get off of lunch, and then from 11:30 to 1 o'clock just go back around, open up the gates again, so that way they'll be open for tomorrow. And yeah, because there's only one shift here, there's only one guy on post. You know, it's amazing because it's a large place, but only one security guard every day from 5 to 1, so there's no one here during the morning. So yep, I'm gonna go lock this one up and then lock all of them up, and then I'll be back. Alright, just made my rounds. It is 10:30. Can't see what I'm recording. 10:32. Perfect timing. Half an hour, came back, locked it all up. All the gates. No one really there. Kicked out a few people, but they all left pretty early, so most of them were empty. All the wrecks. So, god damn, I gotta say, it smells like fucking piss in here. Holy shit. Like, I'm not the only one that uses this place. There's the other security guard that works during the weekdays. I'm the weekend guy. And then they have maintenance and all them that share this office. So I'm like, fuck, man, did someone like piss on the floor or something like that? Because it stinks. And like, there's a bunch of insects all around here. You got bugs behind the refrigerator. I mean, it's cobwebs all over this thing, and it's a fucking pigsty in here. Well, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit, and then I'm gonna go take my lunch, and then I'll take you guys out for the night patrol, so you guys can see what I could. That's when it turns a little bit freaky. Yeah, that's when all the crazies come out, and people jumping over fences and trespassing into the pools, and yeah. So I'll be back. Alright, so now just got back from lunch, and now it's time to go to all the wrecks and unlock all the gates. Now this is when it gets kind of freaky, because there's people wandering around, homeless, schizophrenics, teenagers, and all that, just trying to cause trouble. So yeah, so I'll show you how freaky it is at night going through the alleyways and all that. So let's do it. Too, when I'm out here, I also have to check if these lights are working. Anyone that's not working, I have to mark it with tape and then mark it down, and the maintenance guys will fix it. So basically, all the parts and alleyways are closed. So that means no one should be walking through here. If there is, I have to tell them, you know, they can't be here. This is Central Park, very dark. I'm my way to Rec 4. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do now is just unlock the gate, check inside, and yeah, I'll be back. Okay, now I'm inside Rec 4. Seems to be all clear. I almost fucking died right now. I almost tripped. Check the bathroom. I know one day I'm gonna find a dead body in here. Hope not. Alright, now I just wait 8 to 10 minutes to go back in. One thing about these gates here is that they put slime on top of it because people like to jump the gates, and a lot of people touch it, and it's like very sticky stuff, very hard to wash off. It's funny. But I'll get back to you guys. Shit, fucking sprinklers. top lock. You know, I'd rather deal with creeps, homeless, and schizophrenics, but sprinklers, hell no. All clear. Let's go. Alright, we're at Rec 5, so I'll see you in there. You ever get those, get that feeling where, say if you go to a place and you have that feeling of nervousness, or like some place you just don't want to be, or like a place just feels evil. Like I know some people like have that, can sense that. Working here, like as soon as you get here from like wherever you are and you get in this community, that's what it feels like. You can just sense pure evil. Like I know it sounds funny, but I'm telling the truth. You know, there's just some weird people here. You know, there'll be some people like I watched, I was just on my lunch break, right? I was sitting in my car, having lunch, and then like one of the garages opens to the house, and you know, the dog runs out, you know, and the husband and wife just start yelling, and the husband and the husband and wife just start yelling at the dog, you know, like to get in here, and you know, the dog went right back, and the dog just looked scared, like he just had his ears down the whole time. I've seen the dog run around all the time, and he just looks super scared, you know. And then the dog comes back in the garage, right, and they literally beat the shit out of this dog. Like, watching that pissed me the fuck off. If you guys are animal lovers, dog lovers, like, It just ran, in the street a little bit and it came back. That's all it did. And they were slapping the shit out of it. I mean, it sounded like a pig dying. Some fucking evil people here, man. Like, that's not even the surface of it, of some of the stuff I've saw here. Now, I was with my training officer the first day, and he doesn't carry anything, Like me being here, he doesn't even carry a flashlight. I'm like, you are insane. I definitely carry a flashlight. Now I'm losing my voice. But yeah, I definitely carry a flashlight. I mean, not only, like, to protect myself, say if, this is my only line of defense, blind them and then hit them, you need something, and he doesn't carry anything. That's crazy. And just another thing I carry is I carry a knife just in case. We're not supposed to, but fuck that. If someone's beating the shit out of me, I'm gonna fucking stab them. But not only that, I'll never use this against someone, only if I'm dying. But it's good to have, But he doesn't carry anything, which surprised me. But to each his own, I guess, right? Alright, we're at Rec 1. Tennis court gate is open. Okay, just got done with Rec 1. I don't like this one because it's very dark here. A lot of dark corners. You got the tennis courts, and this one seems to have a lot of problems. This is the one where I got attacked by the schizophrenic. He was just chilling right on there, and he attacked us right when we got out. And I remember, I think it was like a week or two ago, I saw a guy, like, I was just chilling here, and you see behind me this alleyway. Well, I was just chilling here. I was writing my stuff on my report, and I looked, I swear to God, I looked in this direction, and then I went back to writing. I wrote down a couple things, and I looked back, and there's a guy in a hood standing right next to that trash can. Right there, that trash can way down there. It freaked me the fuck out, because I looked and I heard a noise, and boom, he was there. Fucking freaky, and then it was funny because he just disappeared just as fast. I put down and I looked, And I was like, oh fuck, I was freaked out. So then okay, that scared the fuck out of me. Guy on a bike. So yeah, he just vanished just as fast, and that was creepy to me. But another thing is the other security guard. He found a dead body here. He came here during the day, and he saw a dead body floating in the pool, and there was people around, and no one did anything about it. Well, come to figure out, I guess this kid that died in the pool had a stroke, but it was the family's doing. They had some involvement with it, that they said that a witness saw him wrestling, and that they saw him have a stroke, but the family members didn't do anything. So that's still under investigation. That happened about 6 months ago, and that's why we have cameras now put in place. Also at this pool, I had an incident where it was past closing time. It was about this time, and I rolled up, and I go in the pool area, and I see someone in the jacuzzi in the spa, and it's past closing time. They're not supposed to be in there, so they're trespassing. And I walk up, and it's a woman, and she says hi and all that. I was like, hey, you need to go. You can't be in here. It's past closing time. And she's like, I know. She's like, yeah, I know. It's past closing time. And she just has like this pale expression on her face. Just no emotion at all. I'm getting kind of worried because also, like she said, she's like, can I ask you a question? I was like, sure. I was like, but you need to go. And she's like, I know, but do you think I'm pretty? And I was like, okay. I was like, sure, She's like, I'm sorry, like, I can't. This is the only time I get to come to the pools. And I was just like, what are you talking about? I was like, you can come anytime, just not after 10. And she's like, you don't understand. My husband won't let me. And I was just like, what the hell? And I was like, okay. And she's fully naked. Fully naked, And she's a pretty girl. But, and I told her, I was like, alright, sorry ma'am, you have to go. And she's like, I'm just going to stay here for a little bit. I'm scared. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, in my mind, I think she's on drugs. Like, she's on PCP or something, fully naked, late at night, by herself. She was desperate. She was very desperate. And, so, now I'm like, fuck. So I call up my client, and I was like, yo, we got a situation at the pool. She's not leaving. So he just says, well, just call PD then. I was like, fuck. It was almost at the end of the night, and I was just like, man. So I call PD. And then she starts to leave. And then she's still naked. She didn't bring any clothes or a towel. But I realized as she got closer, the side I didn't see of her, half of her body, was bruised. Her face was bruised. Her body was bruised. And I was just like, what the hell? And I asked her, I was like, hey, what's up with the bruises? And she's just like, my husband beats me daily. And he does worse to the kids. And at that moment, I was just like, oh my God, So then PD arrives, and then the husband arrives at the same time. And he shows up, and he just fucking screams at her. He's just like, hey, get in the fucking car. Total Marine. He was a Marine. He, you know, has some Marine stickers all over the place. Crazy. And, you know, I told the cop, you know, when she said that she gets beaten, I told her, I was like, we can get you help. You know, you just have to tell us. You have to tell PD. PD's on their way. She's just like, I can't. I'm scared. And I'm just like, I'm offering you help, and you're not going to take it. I can only imagine what he's doing to the kids, man. Like I said, fucking evil place, man. Alright, guys. Well, thank you for joining me. That's it for today. I just got back from the other wrecks, and yeah, time to head home. Got about 5 more minutes, and then time to go home. So I'm ready. Thank you for joining me, guys. I know this is a long video, but yeah, this is only for my friends, and if any of you guys even watch this, you know, leave a comment of what you think. You know, this is just something I wanted to do, but yeah, leave a comment on what you think. Make sure to subscribe and comment. So yeah, guys, I'm Skull Ripper. Thank you for joining me on my work day. I'll talk to you guys later. Skull Ripper. I'm out. Late.
In a violent world where deception's free, things I can't control